Welcome back. We'll continue with more action. Our 27-year-old Yamkela Mahlelehlele has been named the first 2024 designer for Pick n Pay Clothing's Futurewear. It's an incubator program dedicated to nurturing emerging fashion talent. Now, in collaboration with the retail store, she created a limited edition collection under her label Maison KOTR, titled Colours of the Rainbow. So the program now also ensures customers have access to affordable, on-trend, locally designed pieces. And on that note, Yamkela now joins us virtually to chat a little bit more about her work. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on the SABC at this hour, Yamkela.
Morning. Thank you so much for having me. That intro was amazing.
Well,
Thank you.
congrats. You are the living product, the walking embodiment of this offering. Talk to us about what sparked it all for you, your interest in design at large, before we get into this offering.
So for me, I always say that design was always part of who I was. Even like the things that I did as a kid, I was like that kid that was always cutting stuff up, opening up their calculator, It was seen then as being mischievous, but for me it was a sense of curiosity, which manifested to where I am today. So yeah, like it's still surreal to me. But I'm like, of course it's going to happen because I've been lining myself up for such opportunities. Yeah.
No, absolutely. And speaking about the curiosity that would have evolved over the years. And as you ask more questions emerge. So how would that style have evolved looking back from this moment?
I think I just got older, right? Because I usually say that I'm like a layered person, I'm still the same person in terms of essence, but I'm a layered person because for me, design is a language and I'm constantly trying to find what it means to me, right? So back then as a kid, I was like colorful. I remember back in high school, the children that I used to live in a boarding house, they were like, Yamkela, your style is A, B, and C. And to me, I was like, I don't understand what you're saying. To me, this is self-expression. I don't see myself as the other, But now when I look at it, I'm like, I've always been in my own lane, and happy with who I am and satisfied with my sense of style. So now, as I'm growing older, I'm finding different ways of expressing myself, but still remaining true to myself. And with the collection, this is my first commercial collection, and looking at my style and what it is, I still see myself in it, but I also see myself in the different women around the world, South Africa. That was the premise of the collection, that I want to create something that every woman can wear, but still feel like themselves. It's all about expressing yourself to your truest form and just sprinkle a bit of me here and there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's about that authenticity and, daring to show up fully. And if we're not clear about who you are, making it abundantly clear, because now all these mirrors exist through all the women and through all the works that you obviously have come through this Futurewear program. Talk to us about how you would have heard about the Pick n Pay Clothing's Futurewear program. And I mean, you touched briefly on the brief that you got and really what you were trying to evoke through this collection at large.
So I'm a person that's always looking for opportunities, right? I'm addicted to work. So I was just scrolling through my phone on Instagram, actually, and it was a promoted post. And I'm like, this is new. I hope it's not a scam, but let me give it a try, But then when I went on the page, I saw it was on the Pick n Pay clothing and the people associated with the page. Okay, this is not a scam, thank God. I looked at the requirements and I just tried my best, honestly. I had put no expectations on it. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to try my best. I really want to do this. I'm a person who's moldable. I have a very strong sense of identity, but also I understand that in any industry, you need to be open to learn, right? So I did that. There was a selection of like 100 creatives, and then I was selected as part of the 3 designers to be part of this cohort this year. And then the brief basically was like, show us who you are, show us your language, right? Yes. And then we as the company will mold it into something that is commercially viable. Because as designers, we go all out. And for me, I'm a very outspoken, very loud and proud designer when it comes to my designs. So what they did, they were like, we love that, we want that, now let's make it commercial.
Yes.
Let's make it open to anyone who walks in the store. We want to cater to our current niche audience, but also attract a new niche audience. And I feel like I did that. Like the silhouettes are, I wouldn't say simple, but they're modest, right? And then the print is out there. So someone who's not really out there in terms of style still feels comfortable. And then someone who's out there in terms of style still feels comfortable. So it was literally just combining people's styles and also allowing them to style it.
Yamkela,
themselves.
thank you. Thank you for painting that beautiful picture for us, because it's very
Yes.
evident that you weave your own brand and style into this. Because I actually also read somewhere that you initially were hesitant about creating your first print. Your mentor, Julia Buchanan, in fact, then played a role, managing to convince you
Yes.
somehow. How, just very quickly, would that have shaped your experience?
I won't lie. At first, I was very hesitant because I'm like, I've never done a print, and like, you don't really. I'm a person who likes putting their best foot forward. But the team was so supportive, and the Pick n Pay team, the graphic designers, we sat down. So the print, if you look at it closely, it's an abstract of female bodies, because this is a celebration of females. So.
Yes.
When we sat down, the first initial sketch looked nothing like this. And then they were like, no, take your time with it, take your time. How do you envision this print? And then this came about. I'm like, oh, okay. This is very me, this is
Yes.
something I would do outside of this. But also it has a beautiful message, It's
Yes.
it's a blanket of love for women and celebrating their tenacity, their strength, but also telling them it's okay to be kind and graceful outside whatever is happening in the world. It's just a celebration of our beauty and strength. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing of the gift that is you. And thank you for this offering. Well done as well on this feat. We're wishing you all the best
Thank
for your
you
future
so
endeavors
much.
from here on too. Yamkela Mahlelehlele, you're only joining us this morning, having been named the first 2024 designer for Pick n Pay Clothing's Futurewear. It is an incubator program dedicated to nurturing emerging fashion talent at large.